Theodore Doris Pendergrass was an American singer and rose to musical fame as the lead singer of Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. After leaving the group in 1976, Pendergrass had a successful solo career with the Philadelphia International label, releasing 5 consecutive platinum albums, a record at the time for an African-American R&B artist. Teddy Pendergrass was born March 26, 1950 in NikkiTrue, South Carolina, but grew up in North Philly in a rough section of Philadelphia. He was the only child of Jesse and Ida Pendergrass. His father left the family when Teddy was a baby, and on June 13, 1962, he was stabbed to death during an altercation with another man. Teddy's mother, Ida, would move him from house to house to try to keep Teddy safe from the streets. His mother was a cleaner at the Solos nightclub. She would take Teddy with her, and he would watch some of the biggest singers of that time. He started singing in the church, and at 7 years old, he started playing the drums. At the age of 13, he would cut school and go to the Uptown Theater to watch shows. And when he saw Jackie Wilson perform, that is when he knew he wanted to be a star. And at the age of 14, Teddy spent some time in juvenile for a robbery that he did not commit. He attended Thomas Edison High School for Boys in North Philadelphia and dropped out in the 11th grade to pursue his music career, recording his first song, Angel with Muddy Feet. But the song was not a success. Teddy started playing the drums for several bands, and in 1970, he was spotted by the Blue Notes founder, Harold Melvin, who asked Teddy to play the drums in the group, which was struggling to find success at that time. Teddy began playing the drums and began singing along at performances. Melvin, impressed, made him the lead singer. The group began to have success, and people began to notice Teddy's soulful and smooth voice. This landed a recording deal with Philadelphia International Records in 1971. And in 1972, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes released their first single, I Miss You, which became a major rhythm and blues hit. Teddy was only 21 at the time of the recording. His raspy, baritone voice became his trademark. The group's follow-up single, If You Don't Know Me By Now, brought the group to the mainstream, with the song reaching the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100, while also reaching number 1 on the Soul #1 singles chart. The group had hits after hits. Teddy sang most of the group's songs, but Harold was controlling the group's finances. In 1974, Teddy fathered 3 children, Tisha, LaDonna, and Theodore Jr. Pendergrass. And by 1975, Pendergrass and Harold were at odds. Teddy was making money for the group, but Harold was being greedy and not paying his group mates. Harold was the owner, but not the lead singer. Teddy wanted the group to be named Teddy Pendergrass and the Blue Notes because fans kept mistaking him for Melvin.
There were many things that I was not pleased with. The pay, my salary was very small, and it wasn't until later I found out that Harold was making a lion's share of money himself.
We were playing the Total Experience in Los Angeles, and a royalty check had come in, and Harold had cashed it. Bernie, Teddy, and Larry were staying in motels, and Teddy walked to the Beverly Wilshire, where Harold was staying in a suite.
and his friends are over there having a great time. And I said, Daryl, you're up here in the suite. Now I'm getting sick of this. We don't have any money.
And Harold said, I don't think I got it. I'm a little low on cash, but I'll go upstairs and check it out.
And he went in the bedroom, and I peeked around the corner and lifted up the mattress.
And he saw these, looked like thousands of dollars.
Yeah, all the stack of money on the bed. I mean, stacks of what they have in the banks, you know, with the little wraps on them.
Harold gave him $200 and told him not to tell us.
Teddy was preparing to leave the group, and Harold was very cold-hearted and made some serious threats, threatening Teddy's life if he did so. Teddy left the group anyway and went back to Philadelphia and moved in with his manager and girlfriend at the time, Taz Blane. They say Teddy loved Taz. She was a good girl, but firm. They say she had a lot of control over Teddy's career. A lot was going on in the music industry in Philadelphia at that time. Things were violent and about drugs. When you have money, you have mobsters. Teddy came from the streets and had been hanging with the Black Mafia. Allegedly, they felt Taz was in the way and did not like the fact that she had a lot of control over Teddy's career. And in April of 1977, Lane was shot dead on the doorstep of her home, and the murder was never solved. There was always speculation that Teddy had something to do with it.
She had been shot. She was killed. I don't know why. I don't know for what reason. I just got the details like everyone else that she left the office and went home, and somebody popped up out of the bushes, and on her way into the house, they shot her. The police called me and to ask me a bunch of questions. There was nothing they could hold over me. I didn't have anything to do with it, nor did I plant anybody or hire anybody, do anything like that. I was released.
Between 1977 and 1981, Pendergrass landed 5 consecutive platinum albums, which was then record-setting number for a rhythm and blues artist and an African-American R&B artist. Teddy's popularity became massive at the end of 1978, with sold-out audiences packing his shows. With all this, they say Teddy was arrogant, had a big ego, and could be mean at times and polite at times. Teddy did a tour for female audiences, starting a trend women-only concerts. During that tour is when Teddy's career really took off. By early 1982, Pendergrass was the leading R&B male artist of his day. With success came the wealth, and Teddy reaped all of the benefits. He purchased a big home in the Philly suburbs. He had several luxury cars, a stable of horses, and even had a denim clothing line. Teddy was living a life, but Philly PD did not like it. They would follow him looking for an opportunity to pull him over. Teddy was suing Philly PD for $500,000 because they badly beat him for running a yellow light. Teddy was a black man with a Rolls Royce and a millionaire, and that made him a target. Teddy was at the peak of his career, and on March 18, 1982, Pendergrass was involved in a car crash while driving his new Rolls Royce. He lost control of his Rolls Royce. The car hit a guardrail, crossed into the oncoming lane, and hit 2 trees. Pendergrass and his passenger, Tanika Watson, a transgender woman and a nightclub performer at the time, who he had just met, were trapped in the wreckage for 45 minutes. While Watson survived the minor injuries, Pendergrass tragically suffered a spinal cord injury, leaving him a paraplegic, paralyzed from the chest down for the rest of his life.
Teddy was suing the cops for $500,000. So the cops knew he was suing. You don't tell them what they do to you, you suing the cops. They kill your ass right there, so. He said, okay, Sonny, stay with me.
The passenger, Tanika Watson, seemed uninjured. The driver had been thrown into the back seat.
Yeah, wait till the jaws of life jacked the doors open, then they pulled him out.
We put him on a spine board and then eventually removed him from the car.
And they got us out of it. And I was thinking maybe I can get away from here. But when I got out, Teddy whispered to me, he said, don't leave me, don't let them hurt me. And I was like, who is they? It was like a fear came over him. I don't know why he said it, but it kind of made me nervous too, like, who wants to hurt you?
Many people believe the car was sabotaged and the accident was set up. The car was brand new and the brakes went out. He had other cars that the brake lines had been cut also. Allegedly, it was said that an organization wanted to kidnap him for ransom. A lot was happening and he did not know who to trust. He did not know who his friends were or who his enemies were. The accident is still a mystery till this day.
They didn't find anything in his system. They didn't say he had drugs in him. I know I didn't. He had had trouble with that car ever since he bought it. It had no brakes.
There are a lot of people that believe that his car accident was a setup to get rid of him. I don't put anything past show business during that time in Philadelphia.
The cause of the accident remains a mystery. Eddie's blood test showed no signs of alcohol or drugs. Eddie doesn't remember those last few critical seconds.
Driving the road is not driving fast. Something happened. Things happened. I don't know what happened.
After the accident, Teddy went into a deep depression and spent 7 months in the hospital. Teddy met a therapist that changed his life. They said he became a kinder and humble man. Teddy was determined to sing again. He continued to record music, releasing several successful albums until his retirement in 2007.
It was quite an awakening. It changed my direction. Helped me to realize that maybe I should think about not dying. Maybe I should consider life.
Rest in peace, Teddy Pendergrass, March 22nd, 1950 until January 13th, 2010. And if you made it to the end of this video and enjoyed the video, I ask you to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you will be notified when I upload another video. And comment down below and tell me what you think of this video. Thanks for watching.